One of the key features of topic blocks is the ability to pass data into the topic block when it starts and get data out of it when it finishes. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first of those two, passing data into the topic block. So in order to do that, we need to define an input variable for the topic block. So if we click on the Start node, we'll get the input parameters panel on the right side of the screen over here. And you can see that currently none are defined, so let's go ahead and define one. And we will call it starting issue type. We won't define a default value for it, and we will make it optional in this case. So now we have a variable that we can pass data to when we start the topic block if we want to. Now let's update this topic block so that it does something with this value. So we can see the result of passing a value in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a decision node at the very start of the topic. And what we're going to do is we're going to, with the various paths here, check the value in starting issue type and then follow a different path based on what that value is. So for the purposes of this demonstration, what I'm going to do is if the value is access, we're going to bypass this issue type question and go straight to the access issue type. If it's not access, we're just going to follow the existing path and ask them what the issue type is. So that means we need two branches. So I'll add a second branch here. And first, let's take care of the branch that's already going to issue type. So we're going to select it. We're going to change the label. And we'll say not access. And the condition that we're going to set is that the starting issue type is not access. Okay, save that. And then over here for this branch, first we're going to connect it to the access issue type. Okay, and then we're going to change the label to access. And we're going to set the condition so that starting issue type is access. So now with these two paths, we've essentially accounted for every possibility that there is for the starting issue type. It either is access or it isn't access, and it's going to follow one of the two paths based on that. Of course, we could add more. And of course, since this is a string, we could type all sorts of values in here, have all sorts of values get passed in here. And we would need to make sure that we have a branch to account for everything. In this case, we've done so because we're pretty much just looking for access or not access. So I'm going to save that. In order to use a topic block in a topic, you have to publish it. So make sure that the topic is published. So go ahead and click that. Okay. And so now we're ready to use this in a topic. So this is an empty topic that I've started already. If I look at the start and end nodes, you can see that I set some messages there so that when we run the testing, we'll be able to see when the topic is actually starting and when it's ending. So in order to use our topic block in a topic, we're going to grab the topic block control, drag it in, drop it there. Then we need to select our topic block from the list of available topic blocks. It is troubleshooting Oracle. So we'll select that. It automatically gives it the same name as the topic block. We can change that if we want. A good use case for that would be if you use the same topic block more than once in a topic. You might want to give each instance a different name. And you can see here that under the input mapping section, there's that variable that we created, that input variable called starting issue type. We're going to leave it blank for right now. So I'm going to save the topic and we're going to test it. Let's see, it should say, let's get started. So that's how we know that our topic began. And then it goes straight into the topic block and says, what kind of help are you looking for? I can say I need help with Oracle Access, and then it asks me the access question. Okay, So let's see what happens if we put a value in there in starting issue type, and specifically we put the value access. So let's test it again. Okay. And now you'll note that it has skipped the first question, where we can say we want help with access or help using the application or request information. And it's gone straight to the question about what sort of access help we want. So in this case, we passed in a value with the input variable. It took that value, evaluated it, and then chose the other path. So now we've gone straight to the access path. So that is how you can use input variables to pass information into a topic block. One last thing I will note is that in this case, I passed a constant. I just typed in the value here that I wanted to get passed into the topic block. You can also make this more dynamic by using JavaScript. So you could click on the scripting block and use JavaScript to determine what value is passed into the topic block. Or you can use an existing variable, so an input variable or a script variable that you've already defined in the topic can be used to populate that value as well. So that's how we can pass values into topic blocks.